now that I'm recording, I don't know what to say anymore. Except that it's very cold in here because the heat's not working for some reason. Anyway, I hesitated a lot and struggled with myself to do this particular video for obvious reasons. You might have noticed in my previous 2 videos, I think it was, this was kind of not so bad. Well, that's because I covered it up. And when I was recording the last time, a little while ago, I saw that it was still noticeable. And I didn't want to make it noticeable until I started thinking that maybe I should. Maybe I should. For, not for myself, but for other people, men and women, and children, and whoever, this, it's really hard to say the words. You don't think it will be, but when my ex-husband used to hit me and call me names and all that stuff, I could never come out and say, I couldn't come out to say to anyone, hey, guess what? My husband's abusing me. Because who just comes out of the blue and says that to someone? This is only my second black eye. It's my ex-husband, Jake, it's number 1. He gave me one time. He was smart and would usually hit me in my arm or my leg or my back, and I would get a big lump and a big bruise that would be there for a long time. But he was stupid, but he was smart because he never did anything where it would be visible. This time, husband number 2, jackass 2.0, stupid cats, he hasn't really hit me. He's thrown things at me, and whatever. He's thrown things at me, and he has, he's hit me before, not punched me, but like slapped me. People like to slap me on my head, and I don't understand why, because they know I have headaches. Maybe that's why. They know I have like a very sensitive and fragile face and head. But wherever I was going with this, it was really hard for me to say yes when someone would ask me, did your husband abuse you? And this was after I was divorced, because I never admitted it, because I didn't want to own it. I didn't want to admit to myself that it happened, because it made me feel very ashamed and very embarrassed. And it still makes me feel that way. And I've been divorced for 5 years. But I don't know. This time I can't hide it, because it's right here in my face. This happened Monday night. Monday night this happened. And it is now Friday. And I don't want to get too close to my face, because I don't want anyone to look at my hideousness. But this is my eye for right now. And I'm very embarrassed to go out anywhere. I had to go to the Josh Groban concert with a black eye, but it wasn't this bad at the time. And I will say, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's been 4 days, and nobody has said anything to me about it. I've been wearing my glasses on purpose so I can somewhat cover it up, and I put makeup on it to cover it up. Obviously you saw. But my hope was that the glasses would help conceal it. Well, I don't know if it did or not, because nobody said anything. I've been to the grocery store. I've been to the library. I went to the library. I've been so many different places. I've been to clean two people's houses. I went to my doctor's appointment with my psychiatrist this morning. He didn't say anything. The lady at the desk didn't say anything. Nobody I have come across or looked at has said anything. Now, granted, I have purposely been not looking at people for this very reason, because I really do not want anyone to ask, what happened to your eye? What happened to your face? I didn't think your face could look any worse, but it does. You know, I don't want anyone to say anything to me because I don't want to tell the truth and I don't want to lie. I don't want to say, yes, my husband did this to me. But then again, I don't want to lie and say, no, he did not do this to me. I just slipped and fell or whatever. Because, I mean, really, what kind of a lie can you think of for this? I mean, what? My eye fell into the doorknob? I mean, there's really nothing that could, like, make this big. I mean, it hurts all the way, like, on the outer edges of the bruise. I haven't seen my mom. I have to go see my mom tomorrow to help her clean her attic. I don't want to go because I don't want her to see this, because she will ask. You know, I had one person ask today. I went and saw a very good friend of mine, and he just doesn't, beat around the bush or anything. He just was like, what happened to you? And don't lie. And I didn't. And it's just, I don't know. I just wanted, this is what, I don't know, domestic violence looks like. It looks like me. It just looks like a regular everyday person. I'm not like a rich person. God, never. I'm pretty poor. I'm pretty poverty stricken, but I'm, a nice, decent, fairly intelligent person, regardless of what I tell myself. But this is just what domestic violence looks like. And everyone's going to say, well, then why are you still there? Well, first of all, I'm not leaving anywhere because this is my apartment. This is my home, as much as I dislike it. But, like I said previously, my husband is having this shoulder surgery next week. And I want to say leave and don't come back. But then I feel guilty because I think, oh, well, where is he going to convalesce after his surgery? Well, in my mind, after he is healed and can drive, I'm going to say, sayonara and get divorced. That's my plan. And I think that if I say it here on this ridiculously long video, it will kind of bind me to that statement that, I have to report to my adoring public of 4 cats. I will have to, account for my statement, and I don't know. I just want people to see. I don't want you to see this because it's me. Like, here, look at my face and look at happen to me. This is what happens to people every day. And the fact that it's been 4 days and nobody has said a single word to me about it or asked, no one's mentioned it, made me realize that people are afraid to talk about it. And I understand why, because I had 10 years previous experience of it with Jackets number 1. But I don't know. People need to reach out to other people who they think may be being hurt in some way. I mean, don't just assume, because you can't assume anything, but ask and act like you care about other human beings. Some people don't leave their abuser because they think they can't. They think that there's they're scared because their abuser makes them scared of them. It makes them scared and think that there is no life away from them because that's just what they do. It doesn't make sense to us. Well, it doesn't make sense to me. I shouldn't say us, because I don't know what anybody else out there does. But it doesn't make sense to most people because most people don't think that way. So we can't comprehend the thoughts and whatever it is that makes people abuse other people, whether it be an adult, a child, an animal, any living thing. But if you think someone is in a pickle or in a predicament and maybe needs some, care, people need to know that other people care, because you know what? A lot of times I don't say anything and I don't do anything about my life or to make it better, to make me happy or whatever, because I feel like I don't matter. I feel like nobody cares because nobody shows me. People can say, "Oh, Kim, I care, I love you," and all blah blah blah. But I mean, I hate cliches, but actions do speak louder than words. Yeah, you love me, but you did this to me. That's not love, and I know this. I learned a lot from my last asshole husband, but obviously didn't learn enough. But I just be observant in the world, because you don't know what you are going to see, miss, learn, anything. You just pay attention to people and let people know that you care about them, because like I said, if people feel like nobody cares, and if someone believes that nobody cares, they're just going to let this stuff continue to happen to them. And it either ends with someone leaving and walking away, like I did with my last husband, my first husband, whatever. I don't want to sound like I'm married a million zillion times, but people either leave, like what I did. It took 9 years, but I left, or they stay and they get hurt so bad they die. There's only 2 ways that it can end. It's either you leave or you die. Seriously, I mean, I don't know how many times I thought I was going to die when I was married before because of things that he did to me. But I was able to make a good choice for myself. And I know that I will be able to make a good choice for myself this time. It just takes a lot of inner talking and coaching, etc. But yeah, this is what domestic violence looks like. This is what any kind of violence looks like. A regular, everyday, stupid, ugly looking person like me. It happens anywhere, can happen anywhere to anyone, anytime, any place, and it does. So just, I don't know, my words for the day, be observant. I did not intend for this to be 15 minutes long, but I ramble because my thoughts just kind of, it's like a pinball machine in my head. Like, I got a thought and it goes bing, and then, well, you know how a pinball machine works. Why am I telling you? Or the hamster wheel, but really it's more like a pinball machine. You know, there's thoughts all over the place. But, okay, now I have to hopefully upload this because I'm not sure if I should or not. But, yeah. This is just, I don't know. I think you should share this. People should share this video because I think people just need to see it. Not because of me, but because of what I'm saying. Because some of it I think makes sense. Okay, I'm done now.